At 62, Johnny Depp has become a figure of both shock and admiration, and when fans catch a glimpse of him today, many can't help but gasp. Not because the legendary actor has faded into obscurity, but because his life, his appearance, and his journey have taken such unexpected turns that he seems like a man transformed. One who has lived through storms few could survive, yet somehow still walks with the aura of a rock star who refuses to bow down. And for decades, Depp was one of Hollywood's most enigmatic leading men, conquering screens with unforgettable roles in Edward Scissorhands, Pirates of the Caribbean, Donnie Brasco, and countless others. But his off-screen life often became just as dramatic as any movie script, as years of legal battles, addiction, struggles, financial crises, and a turbulent public divorce placed him under a microscope, leaving fans to wonder if he would ever reclaim the effortless charm that once defined him. And now, at 62, what shocks people most when they see Depp is how his face tells the story of every battle he has fought. His once youthful features now lined with experience, his fashion still wild and untamed with scarves, hats, and layered jewelry. And yet, his eyes, those piercing dark eyes, still hold the same mysterious spark that drew audiences to him decades ago. Because though time and turmoil have altered his appearance, they have not extinguished his essence. And in fact, many argue he looks more authentic than ever, like a man who no longer feels the need to play Hollywood's game, instead embracing the rebel spirit that first made him famous. And his recent focus on music, touring with his band The Hollywood Vampires, has given him a different energy, one where he looks at home with a guitar in his hand, grinning on stage, lost in the rhythm of rock and roll, reminding fans that before the movies, music was always his first love. And while his critics dwell on his controversies, his loyal supporters see a survivor who has endured relentless headlines, cruel judgments, and personal heartbreak, yet still manages to walk out in public, head held high, exuding that same unpredictable charisma that made him a legend. And perhaps that is why seeing Depp today is such a shock, because instead of being broken by all he has endured, he seems freer, older but somehow lighter, as though the trials stripped away the illusions and left behind a man who simply doesn't care what anyone thinks anymore. And this is what makes Johnny Depp at 62 both startling and inspiring. He is a living reminder that beauty fades, fame wavers, and scandals pass, but the soul of an artist remains. And when you see him now, you don't just see the Hollywood heartthrob he once was. You see the full story etched into his presence, a man of contradictions, a man of survival, and, above all, a man who continues to reinvent himself even when the world expects him to fall.